When you have a plan, you have something most people don't: direction. The world is full of noise, distractions, and uncertainty, but your plan is what keeps you grounded. Clarity creates confidence. When you know exactly what you want, where you're going, and why you're doing it, you remove the fog that keeps most people stuck. Most people fail not because they're incapable, but because they're unclear. They chase 10 different goals, listen to 100 different opinions, and end up exhausted with no progress to show. But clarity changes everything. It narrows your focus. It silences the noise. It turns hesitation into action. When your mind knows the direction, your heart finds the courage to move. You stop waiting for the perfect moment because you already know what you're working toward. You start to act with conviction because you can finally see the path ahead. Clarity is power. It simplifies decision making and turns confusion into confidence. You stop asking, "Should I?" and start saying, "I must." You stop comparing yourself to others because your path has purpose. You understand that every choice you make has meaning because it aligns with your vision. When you have clarity, you don't chase everything. You protect your focus. You don't say yes to every opportunity. You choose what fits your plan. This focus gives you strength, and that strength becomes confidence. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's the quiet belief that you're walking the right path. It's the peace that comes from knowing you're not lost, even if the journey is long. When you lack clarity, you doubt every step, second guess every move, and constantly wonder if you're doing enough. But when you're clear, even your failures don't shake you, they teach you. You learn faster, recover quicker, and grow stronger because you understand how each mistake fits into the bigger picture. Clarity makes the journey less about perfection and more about progression. Confidence doesn't come from success. It comes from alignment. When your actions match your purpose, when your daily effort connects to your long-term vision, you feel unstoppable. You might not have reached the goal yet, but you trust yourself because your direction makes sense. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You begin to notice that clarity gives you more energy, more patience, and more focus. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your vision, and that simplicity fuels progress. Clarity also attracts confidence in others. People trust those who know where they're going. When you speak with direction, others listen differently. When you move with certainty, people follow your lead. That's because clarity isn't just about what you do. It's about how you carry yourself. It shows in your words, your choices, your discipline. It's not about knowing every detail of the future. It's about knowing your next right step and being bold enough to take it. Every great transformation begins with a moment of clarity. The moment you stop running in circles and decide what truly matters. The moment you stop letting doubt dictate your pace and start letting purpose shape your path. Confidence grows from that decision. It's not given, it's built step by step, choice by choice, through the consistency that clarity makes possible. When you see the road ahead, even if it's hard, you walk it with strength. Because clarity doesn't make the path easier. It just makes it visible. And once you can see where you're going, nothing can stop you from getting there. Your plan is the roadmap, not the shortcut. Too many people expect their plan to make things easier, to remove the struggle, to smooth out every obstacle in their way. But that's not what a plan is meant to do. A plan doesn't erase the hard parts. It helps you survive them. It doesn't skip the process. It gives you direction through it. The purpose of your plan is not to make you avoid the grind, but to make sure that your grind has purpose. It's your compass when motivation fades, your anchor when progress feels slow, and your reminder that every step still counts, even when success seems far away. When you start working towards something meaningful, the journey will never be straight. It will test your patience, challenge your discipline, and question your belief in yourself. That's why having a plan matters. It's what keeps you grounded when emotions try to take over. A plan doesn't guarantee perfection, but it guarantees progress. It reminds you why you started when you feel like giving up. It tells you what to do when your feelings don't align with your goals. The truth is, anyone can start with excitement, But only those who follow a plan finish with achievement. Following your plan means accepting that real success is built through consistent effort, not shortcuts. Everyone wants the rewards, but few are willing to endure the process. A plan forces you to slow down, to build brick by brick, to earn your growth. It doesn't rush you, it refines you. Each day of following your plan strengthens your mindset, improves your habits, and builds a foundation that quick success can never offer. You might not move fast, but you'll move forward. And that's what truly matters. The shortcut looks tempting because it promises comfort, but comfort doesn't create growth. The roadmap keeps you uncomfortable long enough to transform. When you treat your plan as a shortcut, you end up cutting corners that matter most. Discipline, patience, and consistency. You lose sight of the process that's shaping you. But when you see your plan as a roadmap, you understand that every detour, every delay, every challenge is still part of the road. Even when things don't go as expected, you can adjust your pace, take another route, and keep moving toward the same destination. The plan is flexible, not fragile. It doesn't break under pressure. It bends to help you grow stronger. Your plan keeps you accountable when life gets loud. It gives you structure when distractions try to derail you. It helps you measure your progress when results aren't visible yet. Without a plan, it's easy to drift from one goal to another, to chase quick wins that leave you empty. But with a plan, you build something lasting. You create a sense of purpose that doesn't depend on motivation. It depends on discipline. Every time you follow through, even when it's inconvenient, you reinforce your belief in yourself. That belief is what transforms dreams into reality. So when the path feels slow, when you start to question why it's taking so long, remember, your plan isn't supposed to be the easy way out. It's supposed to be the honest way forward. It's the roadmap that leads you through the storms, through the silence, through the setbacks, until one day you realize the destination was worth every step. Stay consistent, even when it's boring. That's the real challenge that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Everyone loves the excitement of starting something new. The energy, the motivation, the fresh sense of purpose. But that excitement fades, and when it does, what's left is repetition. The same tasks, the same habits, the same routines that once felt inspiring now feel dull. That's where most people stop. Not because they can't continue, but because they mistake boredom for failure. They think the lack of excitement means the plan isn't working, when in truth, that's the phase where growth is quietly taking root. Consistency is what builds everything meaningful in life. The results you want won't come from what you do occasionally. They come from what you do relentlessly. The boring days are the test. They're the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's easy to show up when you feel motivated. It's powerful when you show up without it. Every time you push through the monotony, you strengthen your discipline. And discipline is the muscle that carries you through when inspiration runs out. The boring part of the process isn't the barrier. It's the foundation. There's a quiet truth about success that few want to accept. Most of it looks repetitive. It's waking up early every day to train, writing when no one's reading, studying when no one's watching, working when no one's praising you. Those repetitive moments, stacked day after day, are what build mastery. Greatness doesn't come from bursts of effort. It's born from sustained focus. You won't always feel proud of the work you're doing, and you won't always see the progress right away. But that's what consistency requires. Faith in the unseen results. Boredom is not a signal to quit. It's a sign that you're moving past the surface. It's the universe's way of asking, how bad do you really want it? Most people love the idea of change, but few are willing to live through the dull repetition it demands. The truth is, your future self is built on the days you feel like doing nothing but choose to do something anyway. Each act of consistency adds up, creating a compound effect that will one day feel unstoppable. You might not see it day by day, but one day you'll look back and realize how far those small, boring steps took you. Staying consistent means making peace with the process. It means understanding that mastery isn't glamorous. It's often quiet, lonely, and uneventful. The real progress happens when no one's cheering, when there's no reward in sight, when the excitement fades and all that's left is your commitment. That's the test most people fail. They want variety instead of results, entertainment instead of endurance. But the ones who stay the course through boredom, who keep showing up even when the spark is gone, those are the ones who end up standing where others gave up. Consistency is not about being perfect every day. It's about refusing to quit on the days that feel pointless. It's understanding that not every day will be exciting, but every day matters. The grind may feel ordinary, but what it builds is extraordinary. Because when you stay consistent, even when it's boring, you train your mind to be stronger than your feelings, and that's when everything begins to change. Don't let detours destroy direction. Every journey worth taking will come with unexpected turns, delays, and disappointments. You'll make plans, set goals, and map out your path, and then life will test every part of it. Things won't always go according to schedule. People will change. Circumstances will shift. Opportunities you thought were certain will fall apart, and sometimes the progress you worked so hard for will vanish overnight. That's when most people lose their way. They confuse a detour with a dead end. But the truth is, detours are not the end of the road. They are a part of it. They don't destroy your destination. They redirect your growth. A detour isn't a sign that you're failing. It's proof that you're still moving. Every obstacle you encounter is an invitation to adjust, to learn, to build a deeper level of resilience. When you face something unexpected, you have two choices. You can let it frustrate you into quitting, or you can let it strengthen your focus. People who succeed don't have perfect paths. They just refuse to lose direction. They understand that purpose doesn't disappear because plans change. The path may twist, but the goal remains the same. What matters most is not how straight your journey is, but how determined you remain when it bends. Detours often show you what shortcuts hide. They expose your weaknesses, reveal your blind spots, and teach you patience. When everything goes right, you don't grow, you just coast. But when things go wrong, you're forced to adapt. You learn to think differently, to move smarter, to rely on discipline instead of comfort. Every time life redirects you, it's refining you. It's preparing you for something bigger than what you planned. The very path that feels wrong might be the one that builds the strength you'll need later. You can't control every turn, but you can control your response. You can choose to see setbacks as lessons instead of losses. Every detour carries a message. Maybe it's telling you to slow down, to rebuild your foundation, or to change your approach. But it's never telling you to give up. Direction is more than a plan, it's a mindset. It's the ability to stay committed to your destination, no matter how unpredictable the road becomes. When you know where you're going, you can take 100 turns and still end up exactly where you're meant to be. The problem is, most people tie their motivation to convenience. They're focused until things get hard. They're confident until the path shifts. But if you only move forward when the road is smooth, you'll never make it far. The real test is continuing when things no longer go your way. Staying faithful to your purpose, even when everything around you changes. The ones who succeed are not the ones who never face detours. They're the ones who keep their direction in spite of them. So when life takes an unexpected turn, don't panic. Don't question your worth or your progress. Remind yourself that a change in pace is not a change in purpose. The detour you're on might be preparing you for something far greater than what you originally envisioned. Keep your direction. Keep your focus. Keep your faith. Because no matter how many times the road shifts, you're still on your way. Trust the process before the results show. That's one of the hardest lessons to live by, especially in a world that glorifies instant results. We want progress now. We want validation now. We want proof that what we're doing is working. But the truth is, the process doesn't care about your impatience. Growth doesn't operate on your schedule. The work you put in today might not show tomorrow or even next month. And that's where most people quit. In that quiet space between effort and evidence. But if you can hold your faith during that silence, if you can keep moving forward when there's nothing to show yet, you're already winning. The process is where transformation happens long before the results appear. Every repetition, every sacrifice, every small effort you make is shaping you in ways you can't yet see. You're building endurance, discipline, and character. Qualities that can't be measured on a scoreboard, but determine whether you'll last when success finally arrives. The process teaches you what shortcuts never will: patience, consistency, and self-trust. Because when you learn to trust the process, you stop depending on quick wins for motivation. You start finding power in the act of doing, not just in the outcome. Trusting the process means believing in progress that isn't visible yet. It means showing up when you feel unseen. It means working when no one's clapping, staying focused when doubt gets loud, and giving your best even when results are slow. It's not blind faith. It's a choice to believe that your effort matters even before the proof appears. Every great story of success includes a long chapter of uncertainty where nothing seemed to move, where every day felt repetitive and unrewarding. But those are the chapters that built the strength, mindset, and resilience required for the breakthrough. The process humbles you. It strips away ego and tests how badly you want it. It teaches you to stop chasing validation and start chasing improvement. Because the truth is, if you only trust the process when it's paying off, you never really trusted it. You were just chasing comfort. Real trust is built in the dark, when the world doubts you, when even you start to question yourself. But every time you keep going, you reinforce that trust. You remind yourself that progress isn't always loud or visible. Sometimes it's quiet, internal, and steady. Results are temporary, process is permanent. Results can disappear. Money, fame, recognition. But the person you become through the process stays with you forever. That's why the process matters more. It molds you into someone capable of handling what you've been asking for. If success came instantly, you wouldn't have the strength or wisdom to sustain it. The process gives you that. It makes you earn what you desire so that when it finally arrives, you're ready to hold it, not lose it. So keep working, keep showing up, keep building even when it feels like nothing's happening. Because something is happening, just not yet in the way you can see. The process is quietly creating the version of you that's capable of living the life you've envisioned. The results will come in their own time, but the process is happening right now. Trust it, honor it, and stay patient within it. Because every step you take before the results show is shaping the person who will one day look back and realize that it was all worth it.